Have you ever thought about how the words you use influence the way you feel, how you relate to others, or even how you experience the world? What if language isn't just a tool for communication, but the very framework shaping your reality? Let's explore the incredible power of words and why even expanding your vocabulary might just change your life. Welcome, dear listener. In our last episode, we explored the hidden archetypal patterns shaping our reality. Those subtle blueprints that ripple through consciousness and give form to both our inner world and the cosmos. Today, we turn into a similar kind of pattern, one that's not made out of images or myths, but of sound and meaning. Language. Sound is vibration too, of course, but in the form of words, it carries a unique magic. More than just labeling things, they shape how we feel, how we think, and even what we believe is possible. Just as the archetypes reveal the structure of the collective unconscious, language reveals how we navigate our personal experience of reality. So, find a comfortable place to sit or lay down, drink a cup of your favorite tea, and allow yourself to flow with the insights that await you. Are you ready? Take a deep breath, relax, and let us dive deep within. Language is not just something we use to describe reality. It creates the boundaries of what we can perceive. The very structure of language limits our ability to perceive reality as it is. Words, while powerful, draw the lines of separation between things that in truth are undivided. This suggests that our experience of the world is shaped not only by what we say, but by the categories we unconsciously inherit from language itself. Imagine a painter with only 3 colors to work with versus one with an entire palette. The painter with more colors can create more nuance, depth, and subtlety in their art. Similarly, our vocabulary is the palette we use to paint our experiences. Research into emotions has shown us something profound. The way we label what we're feeling doesn't just describe the emotion, it shapes it. For example, when we call our racing heart and sweaty palms excitement instead of anxiety, our mind responds differently. The story we tell ourselves through words changes the very nature of our experience. This is why having a rich emotional vocabulary is so important. When we can name what we feel, when we can distinguish between frustration, disappointment, or irritation, we gain clarity. This clarity gives us the power to respond rather than react, guiding our emotions instead of being overwhelmed or controlled by them. In this way, language becomes a tool for emotional intelligence. The more words we have for our inner world, the better we can navigate it with grace and understanding. Psychology shows that situations themselves are neutral. What matters is the story we tell about them. Narrative psychology and constructivist therapy reveal that meaning isn't discovered, it's created. Our beliefs, emotional responses, and a sense of self depend on how we frame events, turning experience into identity, cause into meaning. When we shift our inner narratives, our perception of reality shifts too. a hardship can become a hero's journey, a loss a source of transformation, reshaping our life from the inside out. In many mystical traditions, words are not passive descriptors but creative forces. Ceremonial magic and ancient rituals teach that spoken words, spells, chants, invocations channel intent into reality. A single phrase can imprint consciousness or catalyze transformation. In the book of Genesis, creation begins with the word, "God said, let there be light." A divine act of language bringing form to formlessness, suggesting that everything that exists starts with an idea of it. Yet, silence holds the most power. When we stop naming, labeling, and explaining, we enter a state of direct awareness, unfiltered, unparalyzed, unanalyzed, and whole. In non-dual traditions, this pure being is seen as the underlying reality, the verb to be, rather than a noun. Words arise from the mind at large or the universal phenomenal consciousness as tools to separate, to differentiate, and thus to create. Silence dissolves that boundary, inviting us to experience our true nature, that oneness without this act of division, of naming and categorizing, where that unifying field remains unarticulated. So, on one hand, words expand our consciousness, offering nuance, depth, and connection. On the other, every word draws a boundary, every label defines, and in doing so, divides. This is the paradox. Language helps us understand, but it also shapes and limits what we understand. It is essential for constructing meaning, but it also places a veil over direct reality. It carves the world into opposites, right and wrong, self and other, light and dark. It's the dual aspect of non-duality. Words make us human, but they also make us forget that we are more than the stories we tell. What lies beyond words cannot be fully named or grasped, only experienced. Spiritual awakening is often about learning to walk this fine edge, to remember that language is a tool, not the truth itself. It is finite, it points, but it cannot contain the infinite. This is why so many wisdom traditions speak in paradoxes, why silence is sometimes more revealing than explanation, and why balance is key. The practice, then, is not to reject language, but to use it with care and awareness, to wield it as a mirror, a bridge, a vessel, to know when to speak and when to rest in the stillness beneath all words. Meaning is not found, it is made, and we, as conscious beings, get to choose how we shape the stories we live in. So we honor both the word and the silence, the structure and the mystery, the story and the space beyond it, because in the dance between the two, we touch the essence of what it means to be alive. Thank you for joining me on this exploration into the power of language. I hope this reflection stirred something within you, perhaps a new way of noticing the words you speak, the spells you cast, the stories you carry, or the moments when silence says the most. Has this episode helped you see language in a new light? I'd love to hear what resonated, challenged, or inspired you. Your thoughts and stories are always welcome in the comments. Creating these episodes is a labor of love. As a solo creator, your support, whether through donations, a kind comment, a like, or sharing this with a friend, means the world to me. Truly, you help keep this work alive. And if you're feeling the pull to go deeper into your own inner world, to untangle the narrative that shaped your life and reconnect with your authentic voice, consider booking a one-on-one session with me at www.deep-reflections.com. Find the links in the description below. Together, we can bring compassionate awareness to the stories within you and explore what it means to live with more presence, meaning, and clarity. Until next time, dear listener, may you speak with intention, listen with depth, and rest often in that sacred silence between the words.